The procedure I had done was full upper and lower permanent dental implants. I chose Gordon Dental. I was referred here by another dentist. My case was a little extreme in that I had a very narrow lower jawline, and I would have to have a bone transplant first before I had the implants. And they said, go to Gordon Dental, the best place. They're so good at it, and that's how I ended up here. So what held me back originally is I didn't know a lot about it. I did research, and I kept kind of putting it off just for that reason, because I wasn't sure it was the right thing for me. But when I came here and talked to Gordon Dental, they explained everything so thoroughly that I just said, yeah, sign me up. I'm doing it right away. So the process of fixing my smile was, aesthetically, it really wasn't about that for me, even though my teeth were not beautiful, but it was more for function. And they, from day one, when I walked in, explained everything from start to finish. And I knew that it is a process, and I think everyone has to make up their mind it is a process, and you just have to be patient through it. But they were so great. The day I was very well prepared. I came and did my pre-op, a lot of x-rays, of course, and things like that to prepare. But the day of, I was very prepared for that. I had medications that I needed ahead of time, all the instructions. When I got here, they were just so comforting. It was a very comfortable environment. And, you know, it's daunting because you're going into this going, they're going to pull all my teeth today and also do a bone transplant. And they're going to do the metal rods that, you know, all in one day. So to process that, you have to have this team of caregivers that, you know, understand that. And they did. I can tell you I was awake through most of the procedure, even though I had medication, but I never had any pain throughout this whole thing. They made sure I was pain-free, I was comfortable. They followed up with me afterwards when I was at home. And then when I returned, the process is, you know, you come back in a week and do all the post-op updates. And then you leave here. I had dentures. And so that's all a new experience if you've never had that before. But they were so great. The team here, my bottom, of course, knowing that was part of the reason I had this done was because of my narrow jawline. I knew that dentures wouldn't fit great, but the dental expert here was so great, the denture expert, and every time I'd come in, he was just so kind, and he goes, it's okay, well, you know, we can adjust this, we can fix it. And so it was just, from start to finish, a great, great process. At the end of all this, you have a couple sets of what they call permanent temporary teeth. And I had my first set, and of course they were like, how do they feel? And I was just like, they're amazing. I mean, compared to what I had, I was just so happy for that. But Dr. Gordon came and he sat down with me and he said, I want you to love your teeth. And he said, I want to see more of your smile, your uppers, you know, show your teeth more. I like a little different color. So they fixed all of that during that process. So when I finally got my final denture, they were perfect. I mean, they make sure they're perfect. And it's just been a wonderful process. I miss coming here to see them. I never thought I'd say that about the dentist, but I miss them. They're great. So getting this procedure has changed my life in that before, like I said, aesthetics wasn't the main reason I did this, but afterwards I'm so happy with how they look. But the function and really health reasons. Had a lifelong hate relationship with my teeth and congenitally not great teeth, and knew I was heading probably at some point for dentures. And there's just so many health risks when your teeth are not in good shape. Even though I took care of my teeth, I still have gum issues and root canals and crowns. And so that was really what changed mostly for me, was the function. I'm a nurse, and during the pandemic, of course, and we still are wearing masks every day. And now I just want to tear my mask off and go, see my pretty smile. And so that was the ultimate benefit at the end, was just to have what a beautiful smile, and it just changed my life. I would tell others definitely come to Gordon Dental, because to get this procedure done, I would just tell them this is the place. They will make you understand everything that they're doing and want to do, and there will be no questions. You can ask whatever you want. There's not any wrong question. They are just so intelligent in how they do this, and they take their time to do this, which is really important. It's hard not to get impatient because you're at the beginning point and you just want to see that end point, and it's a process. But I would tell people, come here. They help you along the way. There's moments where, you go, oh my gosh, I'm still wearing dentures. I wish this was done. But they help you through that, and it's a great process. And once you get to the end, you look back and think, it went really quickly. Mine was 10 months and 12 days, but it just seemed like it went really quickly because I knew I could call them if I had a problem or a question, and they were always here for me. I just think they're the consummate professionals. They have a denture expert, they have an implant expert. Dr. Gordon is very passionate, I think, about what he does, and he strives for true perfection. His assistants are wonderful. I mean, I was here a whole day with my procedure, and they were just really crossing their fingers that this bone transplant would take, because my jawline was so narrow, and they were just supportive throughout that whole experience, and they strive for perfection. I would just say, come here, because they truly do know what they're doing.